to be making our summer hat, and I am using cotton yarn. This is 90% cotton, 10% polyester, and it's a number 2 yarn, which is a fine. And then I am using a F hook, which is the same as 3.75 millimeters. Okay, so I have 2 colors here, and we'll see what we do. So you're going to start by making a magic loop. So you put your yarn over your fingers like so, around, and then cross it and hold it in the back. Go and pick up that yarn that is attached to your working yarn. This is your working yarn. So there you have it, and we're going to make 3 chains, 2, 3, and that is the first of 12 double crochets that we're going to be making into that circle. So we have 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oops, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now we're going to pick up the tail, and we're going to pull at that circle real tight. So now we're going to pick up our working yarn. Let's get rid of that tail because I'll cut it shorter so you don't pick it up by mistake. So I am going to go in the space between the first and the second. Bring your yarn through and bring your yarn through. Round number 2. We're going to make 3 chains up, and that is the first double crochet. On that same space we're going to make another double crochet, and then we go to the next one and make 1 and 2 on the same space, and then 1 on the next one. Let's repeat that. It's 2, 2, and 1. So let's do that. It's 1 and 2. 1 and 2. And 1 on the next one. Again. 1 and 2. 1 and oops, 2 and 1 on the next one. Again, 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 1 on the next one, and then we close. Go into the space in between your first 2 double crochet and slip. So now we have 20 in total. Round number 3, we make our 3 chains up, and on the same space we make another double crochet. So that's 2 and 1, and then the next one will be 1, and then the next one will be 2. So that's 1 and 2, and the next one will be 1 and 1. So that's the repetition. 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. Let's do that again. 1 and 2, 1, 1 and 2, 1 and oops, I split my yarn. So now you're going to end up with 28 double crochet. So the end of row number 3 is that space right before the 3 chains up. So remember that that space counts. So now I'm closing. Okay, so the next round, which is the number 4, is going to be 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. So let's do that. So that's my 3 chains up, and that is another one. So now I have my 2, and then 1 and 1. So now I make 2 in that same space, and then 1, 1 and 1. So you see that you make 2 on the space that has that V. See, there's a V there. So onto that space you make 2, and then where you don't have a V, it's 1 and 1, and then I have another V there, and that's 2. So once you get going, it's very easy to know where you make the 2, because it's right inside that V. Okay, let's repeat that. It's 1 and 2, 1 and 1, and then 2, and then 1, and 1, and you're going to end up with 36 stitches on this row. So remember that your last double crochet is done on that space right before that 3 chains up. So that one, that space there counts. Okay, so now I close. So I have the written instructions. Please follow them, and it is really, really easy. So for example, that's 1 and 2, and then it's going to be 1 on each of the ones that don't have the V, and then the ones that have the V, you make 2. In any event, I have the written instructions for you. Please follow the same sequence for each round. So now I have 14 rounds, and I have 84 double crochets around. And now I want to close it. This is the round before I change yarn, the color. So I pick up the blue and pass it through. that last loop. Okay, so now I want, this is going to be a single crochet right here, and I'm going to skip 2 stitches. We're not going to go into the space anymore, we're going to go into the stitches. So that's 1, 2, and on the third one you're going to make 5 double crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm going to skip 2 chains, and on the third one I'm going to make a single crochet. So let's do that again. I'm going to skip 2 and I'm going to make 5 double crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, oops, 5, skip 2, and 1 single crochet, and you go around like this. So whenever you have a stitch like this, which is a multiple of 6, the stitches that you have around also need to be a multiple of 6, like 84 is. These are my last 5 double crochet, and I want to change to the white now, and yarn over and go into that chain where the single crochet, first single crochet with the blue right there, and double crochet. So that's take off 2, take off 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 2, single crochet on the stitch on top of the fan, see, right in there. And so now we're going to skip 2 and 5 double crochet into the bottom where the single crochet was. That's 2 and 3, 4 and 5. So I skip 2 and I go and single crochet on top of the fan, and you go on around like this, and I'll see you when I finish this row. So now what I want to do is make several rows of half double crochet. So yarn over and I go into that first one and take off the 3, and then half double crochet on each of the chains. So on the chain, not on the space but on the chain. So half double crochet on each one of them. And so I'm going to make about 3 rows of the blue, and then I'll come back. Okay, so I did my 3 rows of half double crochet, and now I want to make an increase row. And I'm going to be making the fans like here, but with 7 double crochet on each. On this occasion, only on this round, I'm going to skip 1 and do a single crochet. And then yarn over, skip 1 and 7 double crochet into the next one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You see, because I now want it to fall flat for the brim, so I am going to skip one, and on the next one I do a single crochet. So skip one, and on the next one I do my 7 double crochet. So that's 1, and I get some more yarn, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Skip one and 1 single crochet. Skip one and do my 7 double crochet, and you do that all around, like 1 single crochet, skip 1, 7 double crochet, skip 1, 1 single crochet, skip 1, 7 double crochet all around. And so now I'm going to pick up the blue, and where I did my single crochet, I am going to do 7 double crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then on top of the fans, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th, which is the top of the fan, I do 1 single crochet. So again, 1, 2, 3, and on the bottom where I did my single crochet, I do 7 double crochet, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, and on the top one, that one, I do a single crochet, and I go around this way, and I am going to be alternating the blue and the white. So I want to put a wire around, and I want to even out the waves. So in order to do that, since this is just the start, I am going to make 1 half double crochet there. And now I am going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 single crochet and 2 half double crochet between each of the fans. So that's 1 and 2. So again, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 single crochet and 2 half double crochet in between one fan and the other, and like that it evens it up. I got my memory wire at the hobby shop, and I cut how big I want it around, and I cut it a little bit shorter because I don't want the brim to fall flat like that around. I want it to turn down a little. So I think that is going to be enough. Be aware that you need to work with the memory wire. You have to kind of use the edge of a table to straighten it out because be patient with it. Okay, so of course at the end you need to put them together, and I'm using tape with it. There are some things to join them, but I prefer tape because it doesn't go anywhere. So what you want to do now is that you are going to put your wire, and it really doesn't matter where you start because you're going to be moving it around as you go. So pick up your wire. Let me get this a little bit straight. So you go and around. So you're going to have your wire, bring your stitch around and single crochet. And then again, on the next one, single crochet around, picking up your wire. So single crochet around, no hurry here, and of course you're going to have to spread your stitches to shape around your wire nicely. So there we go, single crochet around it, and I will come back when I have some more done. So almost at the end, I overlapped the wire and I taped it. I overlapped this much, and I used regular tape. And so I'm almost there. Here, working with the wire, I kind of go everywhere with the off camera. Okay. Let's see, I have one more. Do I? Yeah. So now I am just going to cut my yarn and sew that end with that beginning stitch, and there we go. And this is going to be the hat, and I'll have to take some pictures of this. This is I think I am going to starch it with regular spray starch, and but I'll take some pictures. I love my hat. Isn't that pretty? And I'll take some pictures. And thank you very much for watching. Please share us with your friends and like our page and subscribe, and I will see you next time.